Hello viewers, welcome back to Cattle Information. Today we're going on a fascinating journey. We're going to meet a special cow, often called Girolando, but more correctly known as Girolando, and learn in detail about what makes her so remarkable. From origin and appearance to behavior, milk production, and tips if you want to raise or milk one. So let's meet the cow and then milk. Let's dive right in. First, a bit of background on the Girolando breed. The Girolando is not an ancient natural breed. It's the result of deliberate crossbreeding between two different types of cattle. On one side, there's the Holstein Friesian breed, Bos taurus, famous worldwide for high milk yield. On the other side, there's the Gir, also spelled Gir breed, Bos indicus, originally from India, known for being hardy, heat-tolerant, and well-suited to tropical climates. By combining these two, breeders aim to create a cow that gives a lot of milk, like a Holstein, but still survives well under hot climates, resists parasites and diseases, and adapts to tropical regions, traits from the Gir. That's what Girolando is, a tropical dairy cow designed for high yield plus adaptability. Now let's talk about what she looks like and how she behaves. Girolando cows often have a coat that is black and white, especially when the Holstein influence is stronger, but depending on how much Gir or Holstein is in the mix, colors may vary. They inherit from the Gir breed certain physical traits, for example, large drooping ears, strong hooves and legs, and a sturdy udder suitable for enduring in warm or harsh climates. Girolando females are well adapted for tropical dairy farming. Their physiology supports good milk production even in heat. Their udders and teats are developed for milking, and their legs and hooves are strong enough to handle grazing combined with periodic handling or stabling. If you meet a Girolando in person, whether in pasture or at a small dairy farm, you may notice she stands tall, not usually dwarf or miniature, with a solid frame, and she doesn't look fragile like some high-yield European dairy cows might under tropical heat. She tends to be robust, resilient, and able to handle forage and heat better than many pure Holsteins. Now let's go into her milk production and reproductive cycles, the heart of why Girolando is so valued in dairy farming, especially in tropical countries. On average, a Girolando cow produces around 3,600 kilograms of milk over a standard 305-day lactation period, with twice daily milking, with milk fat content around 4%. That yields good quality milk. Over a lifetime, assuming a cow lives and produces milk up to 15 years, a single Girolando cow can exceed total milk output greater than 20,000 kilograms. First calving usually occurs around 30 months of age, that is, about 2.5 years old, for females. The typical interval between births is about 410 days, meaning after giving birth, the cow can be ready for the next calf after a bit over a year. Peak milk production tends to be reached around 8 to 10 years of age, and cows can remain productive until about 15 years old under good management. That balance, decent fertility, long productive life, resilience to heat/climate stress, and good milk yield is what makes Girolando particularly valuable for farmers in tropical or subtropical regions. Now, a bit of an exceptional story. There are Girolando cows that have demonstrated extraordinary milk production under optimal conditions. For example, a Girolando cow named Marilia reportedly produced 127.57 kilograms of milk in 3 milkings over a single day, a record-breaking yield, surpassing a long-standing global production record that had stood for decades. That showcases the full potential of this breed when fed, managed, and milked under excellent conditions. But it's important to keep realism in mind. Such extreme outputs are rare and depend on ideal nutrition, health, environment, and skilled management. Average yield per lactation and consistent production over years is a more realistic expectation for someone raising Girolando. If you are considering meeting and milking a Girolando, especially in a climate like yours, where heat and warm weather might make milking European purebred cows difficult, The Girolando could be a smart choice because it's built for exactly that, high performance under tropical conditions. In practical terms, when you approach the cow for milking, she'll likely be calm. Girolandos are known to handle management and milking well. And with proper udder care and nutrition, you can expect steady daily milk supply. With consistent twice-daily milking, clean water, adequate forage, green fodder, roughage and concentrate if available, and shade, she can thrive and give you good yield over many years. Another advantage, because of the crossbred genetics, the calves from Girolando tend to be vigorous and grow well, which means if you plan breeding, you can build a sustainable herd with good productivity and adaptability. Of course, while Girolando brings many benefits, especially for tropical dairy farming, there are things to watch out for. Since they still carry significant Holstein genetics, in extremely hot and stressful climates, you may need to ensure they have shade, clean water, and good management to avoid heat stress and ensure their welfare. Studies show that under heavy heat stress, reproductive performance may be affected in crossbred cows like Girolando. So if you decide to raise them in hot summer months, it's wise to keep them in shade during hottest parts of the day, provide good ventilation, or natural breezes, and manage milking times appropriately. Okay, now imagine you actually come face to face with a Girolando on your farm. You greet her gently, approach for milking, feed her good fodder, water her well. You begin milking, slowly, patiently, respectfully. You see a steady flow of milk, creamy and rich. Over days and weeks, you build trust. Over months and years, you build a productive herd. That's the power of Girolando, bridging high dairy output and tropical resilience. If you like, I can write a full shot-by-shot YouTube video script for you, including voiceover lines, shot suggestions like close-ups of cow, milking scene, feeding, farm environment, nutrition, calf, etc. That goes up to about 8,000 words, so you can copy-paste and record easily. Let me know if you want me to build that full script now.